Hi everyone. I haven't done a video for a while, so I thought I would start with my cat. This is my cat. Meow meow. Meow meow. Brown tabby cat, 8-year-old female. And I thought I would start with her. Can you meow? Can you meow? Say hello. Say hello. Oh. Want to go out? Come on. Want to go? Okay, so I wanted to introduce my cat, first of all. I wanted to mention that I had over 100 ideas for videos, and I thought I may not do any more videos, so I think I threw it away, which I'm kind of regretting, because now I'm kind of having a change of heart. I also wanted to mention that I did do an 8.5 page response to my favorite atheist on YouTube. I won't give the name. It was critical, had to do with profanity and a difference of opinion that I have. But I didn't do that video, nor did I send the letter to him. I changed my mind about that, but I did read it to someone, the entire thing. I really had one, but I don't think it's necessary now. And I don't hold it against him about some texting we did, had some misunderstandings. I think he's a great guy, and I will be seeing more of his videos. I have enjoyed some videos I've watched that did not contain profanity, because I am anti-profanity, and that was refreshing for me. I do see profanity as kind of a noise pollution, kind of low class, poor speech, that there is a better way to speak than by expletives. I have been collecting videos on terabytes more than watching them. But I have recently started to watch YouTube TV on my big screen. And part of why I'm collecting them is to feel like I am preserving the best of YouTube for mankind's future. I would like to eventually get it to like Elon Musk, or somebody in the space industry that could, take it with them to the moon or Mars. If colonies are started in one or both of them places, and they would have all of those videos to watch. So that's part of my goal of collecting them and preserving them. I think back about the Library of Alexandria, things like that. That was such a waste. I feel I would need to start a new channel if I was to do more videos. There is some kind of a YouTube glitch on my Posh Atheist channel. I don't know what it is. I'm not getting comments, which is not satisfying for me. I have done a lot of comments on other people's channels, even very long comments. I have comments on my first video, which is Bo Smith, Jehovah's Witnesses exposing the cult. That was my first video. My experience with my mother, I have tried for over 2 years to get through to her that she's in a cult and that's bad, the Jehovah's Witnesses. And I have not been able to get through to her. It's unbelievable. I have tried so many things, lots and lots and lots, hundreds of text messages, ones with pictures. I created a replica, in miniature of the pyramid of Russell's gravesite, his gravestone. I did so many different things and nothing gets through to her. At one point she said she didn't care. I don't know how a person could not care about that. Spending their time and money on supporting Watchtower. A group of guys running a corporation with all their companies, etc. And everything else. When they have come around here to the house, I have yelled at them going down the street, which is probably not really the thing to do. They are very smug. They think they are right. They think they are superior, etc. And I don't like that. I saw a funny video on YouTube the other day, Jehovah's Atheists. I don't know if you've seen that. And it's ex-JWs knocking on doors, but really have nothing to talk about. And I thought that was kind of humorous. And now I'm going to read some poems I did about being in the Jehovah's Witness cult. This one is called My Very Negative Cult Experience. I was introduced to the Jehovah's Witness cult in early childhood. I was taken to, quote, meetings and told the nonsense of it being the true religion. My mother has been regularly involved for over 40 years and still is, and because of it, I had missed things other kids had or were able to do. My family had no smartphones nor computers and didn't use the internet, and so for much of my life I had remained so absolutely clueless. I had continuous conflicts over love and sex and relationships and missed out a lot. Many times when intimacy with a woman arose, I ran away from it. Even in my own room alone, I avoided masturbation as if being shameful, as if this deity would know or see me, or that demons could be watching. It wasn't till much later that I realized this was part of the manipulation. After I studied more about religion and atheism and the repulsive Bible and, quote, God. It was much later in life that I got serious and became a regular JW for a year. It was difficult to make friends and I always felt out of place. That too was disturbing as I struggled sincerely to fit in and be accepted. It frustrated and angered me, and I thought being a JW was essential to survive. I thought my basement had a demon or demons also. Years ago, thought I was haunted. There were times I was afraid to go home, pulling over, crying and praying. I would say negative goodbyes to him or them when leaving my room. I went to an emergency room far from home, fearful and disoriented. I did long sessions of praying on my floor in the dark and the quiet. I got rid of many possessions I'd collected, considering them worldly. That was followed by much regret. They were valuable, some customized, irreplaceable. I was bothered by JW elders coming to the house, attempting to intimidate me, and I've had much stress, conflicts, and arguments with my mother, who shuns me. A second poem. I thought the world was ending. I had much anxiety and then fear as I was attending JW meetings. I kept hearing about Armageddon and how bad the world was and getting worse. One night that I went, they were actually saying to get survival supplies. They did a presentation and said it was, should a disaster happen. I trusted and believed that they had true insight, that they really knew. They showed a survivalist kit on a table, went over things we should have. I felt that if this came down from a God, I needed to take it seriously, that He was giving us this foreknowledge so that we could possibly survive. And so I went to Walmart, camping supply stores, also stored food, and filled 2 big backpacks with everything I could possibly need, checking survivalist books, formulating a plan to go to a cave in the mountains. And I heard that there are JWs and maybe a link to Watchtower selling survivalist supplies. I did trips back and forth to Walmart, getting 30 gallons of water. Wondered how long me and Mother could hold out here at the house. I was imagining what to do if I had to abandon my car, walk the rest, and how to go about searching for a good and safe cave to go hide in. I was imagining the city going crazy. Chaos, traffic jams, no power or water, looting, crime and violence, home break-ins, shootings, martial law, troops, possibly fires, explosions, sirens, and that I might not be able to return home. Maybe needing to learn mountain survival in a cave out of reach of animals. Then one night something alarmed me. News reports on my car radio scared me. I actually thought that night was going to be it. And a demon started following me. It followed me on the highway, caused an accident behind me, in a restaurant with me. I felt it was influencing people there to say things intended for me to hear. I thought I sensed demons outside causing weird winds, and that only I was aware. Third poem. Witchtower Cult and Crap Society. People are ever learning and leaving and speaking out, sincerely trying to reach others and to help, honestly presenting what it is truly about, and supporting one another and with a lot to tell. We were there, so unaware of what was going on, not knowing guys at the top were manipulating us, not at all realizing the so many things wrong. The information was there if only we'd checked it out. It saddens and angers me that religion is big business, that people don't matter, only control, deceit, the bottom line. The funds all counted up daily, tucked away into the bank. The con game continuing without conscience or a moral dilemma. Many, many good people devoting their lives at all costs. Some would describe them as sheep or cattle and in the dark. How long and what will it take for them to finally awake, to find out and now know they have been ruled by fakes? There is a sense of gladness for all of those who have left, who have unplugged their ears, listened to ones who do know. They know a good God isn't behind the religion, not at all. Whoever is doesn't have humanity's best interest in high regard. I long for the day when all religions are completely shut down, when people aren't used as employees and slaves, puppets and clowns, when so many human beings are no longer uneducated and naive, for the day that no one any longer is disrespected and so deceived, and they can finally go on and live their lives to the fullest. And so I wanted to read those. I have written about 25 poems recently. I have been visiting antique stores. I mentioned this in another video. I went around and took pictures of antiques on my phone for a year, which later someone accidentally caused them to be erased, which was very disappointing. And now I will show a lantern that I painted, which is up here in my bathroom. If you can see that. Maybe I should go over here with the light. Now, this lantern used to be all brown. It's metal. Can you see that? I had to go over it twice with all the paints because it was not very solid when I first painted it. And this can show you how it looks on the different sides. Maybe not the best place to try to do this, but as you can see, they're all colored differently. Maybe if I go like that and let it spin, see the different sides. Well, it's not going to do it. Anyway, here's something that I painted. It took quite a while. It was quite a project. Just thought I'd show that. Okay. There is my, mirror and that above my mirror. Okay, so showed the lantern that I painted. Well, not very good, but I'm also going to show color picks that I did. I'm going to go over here and show them, because a while back, well, shouldn't keep saying a while back, I noticed I kind of overdid that in one of my videos. I did these color picks. On the left is the black and white, and then on the right is the color. I did this with colored pencils, Prismacolor. First one, second one, there's 11. Third one, and of course you could pause if you wanted to study it more. Fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. Okay, so I wanted to show that color picks that I've done. Oops, sitting on. Okay, those. Okay, what else? My goal is to be a masterpiece painter, and I'm not going to explain about what I want to paint because my idea is unique, something pretty amazing. And so that is my goal, is to be a masterpiece painter, not really to be an atheist activist, although I thought in time I could be very good at that. I have 23 empty frames, gold frames, in my bedroom and on both sides of a stairway, and I would like to fill all of those with paintings that I do. I'm creating a painting studio in another room, so I have that I'm working on, studying drawing, painting. I have tutorials from YouTube. I also have many, like over 1,000, probably thousands of various pictures of antiques, of abstract pictures, etc. Another goal of mine would be to do adult coloring books. I went around my city and I collected what I thought was the best coloring books from many various sources. And so I thought about doing that. You know, I've done acting classes, I'm interested in piano, just everything artsy. You know, I like antique style. You know, as you can tell from the video of my room. Let's see, what else? I was going to also show contents of my Dream Diary 2 and 3 because they're very interesting, but then I decided to just pass. But I have very interesting titles on 2 of my Dream Diaries that I didn't show in a previous video. I also wondered if I was misunderstood on YouTube. I'm not a yuppie. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm not, let's see, how should I say it? I'm not overly prim and proper or something. It seems like I have been misunderstood. You know, I relate with the atheists that I see on videos. Seem very similar to me. You know, I grew up with classic rock, Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones. I had spike bracelets also, you know, on both sides. I did all that. I went to parties, got in fights, I did all that stuff. I was kind of a pretty crazy, rebellious teenager. But I've come a long way. You know, I hung out with stoners, drinkers, different things. The travel trailer in my second intro, I traveled around in for 2 years, all up and down the West Coast. Lived along beaches and things like that. So I don't live in that trailer. It was to travel in. I live in a house. What else? I'm not really sure what else to add. This might be my last video. When I first started out, I thought it would be good to become an activist, you know, and really study it. But I have more collected videos than actually watching them. And so my loading of videos might also be coming to a close. There's something going on with my loading where it's saying no media to process, or it switches the format or whatever from the MP4, medium MP4 that I use to ADP or something, or they're freezing up while I'm trying to load in the middle, and they just stop. YouTube is seems like it's coming on slower and having glitches, or they're loading way slow now, so it's just kind of frustrating. So I may not load too many more videos. I have quite a library now of videos that probably few could compare with, if anyone. Anyway, I thought I'd do this other video, and I guess that's about all for now. Good luck with YouTube or whatever you do in your life, and your family, and your friends. And I'll be watching. Thank you.